So we're going to talk a little bit about breathing. One of the things we want to think about with breathing is that it's composed of 3 different parts primarily. When we're using our diaphragm, it's going to invert to create a vacuum to draw air down into our lungs. As it inverts, it's going to push our abdominal contents outwards. As our lungs expand, the outside of our ribs are going to gently move outwards. And finally, the last part of breath is that the chest will rise again to accommodate all that air that's being moved into our lungs. So when we think about kind of full, deep breathing, we want to think about that we should have all 3 components. Typically, where we see the most deficit with people is getting that abdomen to adequately move in and out, and also to get that movement through that rib cage to move out and back in. So let's start taking about a 75% deep breath. So taking that breath in. Good. And again, you can kind of self-cue. So you can kind of start with hands right on the abdomen. So as we're breathing in, those hands are moving outwards. And as we're breathing out, our hands are kind of sinking back and in. The next spot to self-cue is on the rib cage themselves. So you can either kind of wrap the hands around to the side or do a little bit of a self-hug. My preference is here, as long as the shoulder feels comfortable. So again, as we're taking that breath in, you're just gonna gently kind of put a little bit of light pressure into the ribs, and your body's gonna respond by pushing those ribs back into your hands. So you're looking to encourage that movement outwards during the breath in, and as you breathe out, that breath again should fall back in. One of the things we see is having some difficulty with that rib expansion during activities. And one of the ways that you can work to improve this is to use a resistance band. So you can do this in seated positions or lying down. And you're gonna take that resistance band and we're just gonna wrap it around the back and bring it forward. And basically we're just gonna snug it up and hold it. So we're basically creating a little mini resisted corset. And then same thing, you're gonna just feel that resistance into the ribs. And as you go through breathing, all you're gonna do is it's gonna cue you again to kind of let those ribs expand, not only kind of to the side, but it's gonna encourage a little bit of abdominal expansion as well. So again, a nice kind of warm up or a way to incorporate a little bit of breath work into some other abdominal exercises.